video recording for meeting with the stakeholder for the unit TAE DES 401, the first learning program, meeting with the stakeholder for the first learning program for basic communication skills at workplace. So I'm the programmer, I'm the designer for the learning program, and this is Raj, who's the stakeholder, the manager of the unit. Good morning, Raj. Thanks for agreeing for the meeting in spite of your busy schedule.
Hi Pradeepa, thanks for coming over.
Raj, the main purpose of having a meeting today is to discuss the outline of the learning program drafted based on your needs. Also, I want to collaborate with you to find out whether we are in the right track and if there are any changes I need to make before finalizing the program.
Yeah, that's fine, let's go through it.
Alright. So, did you get a chance to go through the draft that I sent you regarding the program, Raj?
Yes, I did, it looks great. I'll let you know the changes when we go through it.
Okay, lovely. Let me go through it now. So from the conversation we had on the first day, when you initially wanted a learning program for your staff, from my understanding, it's mainly to teach effective communication skills and techniques to 21 new staffs working in your unit. Am I right?
Yes, yeah, we work in a new unit with the naive staffs who just finished uni and have just started working as a year 2 and year 1 and year 2 nurses. I've also have 2 junior non-clinical staff. There has been a lot of disharmony and miscommunication in the unit since its opening due to lack of effective communication skills among the staff.
Okay. So what are their characteristics? Are they degree holders from uni?
Yeah, all of them have a bachelor degree from uni. They are between the age group of 20 to 50 years, including they are equal proportion of both genders. All of them are timid, reserved, and not able to communicate confidently with the multidisciplinary team. They lack professional communication skills.
Okay. Do they have any disabilities?
No, none of them have disabilities.
That's good. Okay. Okay. The program I have drafted has got some LLM requirements, the literacy, language, and numeracy requirements. The candidate should be, I'll just go through it. The candidate should be able to read textual information, to analyze communication requirements and organizational procedures. They should be able to write simple text using grammar, appropriate grammar, spelling and punctuation in accordance with the organizational standards. They should be able to ask questions and listen to attain information or affirm understanding. Simple things like listening and following instructions. There is no need for numeracy skills at this stage, but they need basic computer skills to access the online learning modules. Do you think they have any problems with these LLM requirements?
No, not at all. They are pretty good in English, even though their English is a second language for majority of them. They are just inexperienced staff who don't understand the professional communication technique. They don't know the organization system for the proper communication, which leads to miscommunication and missing important information to the team. All of them have a good basic computer skills. They are trained in the electronic medical records as well, so there shouldn't be any issue with the using technology.
Okay, alright, I get it. I think we are in the right page. This is the same interpretation I got from our previous meeting. Based on that, I have drafted a learning program. I went through the training website, training.gov.au, and found the unit of competency that would match our needs. It's called Applying Basic Communication Skills. I've emailed you that unit as well. Did you get a chance to go through it?
Yes, I did go through it.
Okay, lovely. Do you think with few alterations and modifications suitable for our requirement, would this be the sort of learning program you would be expecting?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, you need a few modification. It would be good with a few additional things included and things. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Do you have any specific organizational requirements in the form of policies or guidelines surrounding workplace communication and work health and safety follow?
Yes, yeah, we do have a policy for on National Standard 6 on communication and safety. I'll email it to you so that you can include that in this program. The WHS consideration you've added in the draft for online and face to face is perfectly alright.
That's right. Okay. Since majority of your staffs are clinical staffs, it's better we don't miss anything technically required around communication framework. Also, I will give you an overview of the program which would help us to achieve the outcome. I'm just gonna talk you through with the program. By looks of it, I will be concentrating more on the guidance with regards to communication techniques, use of resources and equipments helpful for communicating effectively in workplace, like pages, phone numbers, electronic paging system, electronic consults and referrals to convey information to others. Next would be, I'll be going through the organizational policy and national standards to incorporate accurate transfer of information during clinical handover and written documentation. I have included content around appropriate verbal and non-verbal behavior as well, and a little bit of those kind of communication skills. I've finally added content around active listening, effective questioning, speaking skills to collect and transfer information effectively. What do you think about this content? And I was planning to deliver the above content on online webinar over 3 hours 35 minutes as prerequisite for the practical assessment that would follow. And are you happy with this blended mode of delivery? Plus, I will also touch base on the work and health and safety considerations required for the online learning. Staffs can access the webinar at work or at home. They need internet access and a computer lab would be beneficial. What do you think about it, Raj?
Yeah, excellent. This is exactly what we are looking for. We have a computer with internet facility here. The staff can access it even after work if they don't have the computer at home. From what I can see is my staffs are good in English. They lack knowledge on organization skills, prioritization, and systems around communication. That's the issue we got.
Okay. That means when it comes to communication, they are not aware of the organizational system. So there is an organizational demand on these staffs as it's a very busy unit. From the way you were explaining about the unit in our first meeting, I could understand it's a very busy unit. I'm going to go through the policy and guideline you promised to send me, and we'll come up with a format for the handover and written communication as well. Would that help them to be more organized and prompted? That might help them to remember not to miss any mandatory information.
Yeah, that's great. Once the program is finalized, I can ask my nurse educator to reinforce on the foundation you laid by making sure the skills learned are practically incorporated and utilized.
That would be even better. Okay, now regarding the assessment, Raj, I thought of dividing it as 2 face-to-face practical assessments in a simulated work environment over 2 days period. 2 hours on each day from 1:30 in the afternoon to 3:30. First day would be a scenario-based competency assessment on verbal listening and reading skills. Second day would be assessment on written documentation, that is writing skills. I will use the national standards and your organizational policy to design the competency assessment tools. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I'll make sure I'll roster them on those days and relieve them for the face-to-face assessment. That works fine for me. But can you please add a segment on assessment, something like me doing a performance review on the communication skills after they finish their course, just to check whether they can apply what they have learned on the course.
Very nice. Okay, good. Ideally, they should be able to pass the competency. If they are incompetent, they have to rebook on another day and get reassessed. And with regards to your review, yes, we can do that. I'll add one more assessment on the learning program, a third party assessment from you, maybe in the form of a performance review as you wanted. probably 3 months. Is that okay?
Yeah.
From the day they complete both their practical assessment, um, and they have to get a satisfactory report from you. Otherwise, they have to repeat the entire course. How does that sound, Raj?
Perfect. That sounds good. I know some of them won't get it first at the first time. I'm aware of it. That's how it should be. They will have to slowly enforce and get it right. I'll send the performance review template that normally I use for you to review. Please let me know if this can be used, or we may have to design one for this.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, Raj, I will develop those written documentation format and handover format based on the organization policy. I will send it to you for reviewing and commenting along with the learning program. Once you finalize it, I will finalize the learning program and send it to you. I will also do a pre and post learning program survey for quality improvement purpose. Would that be okay for you?
That's absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. I'll send you the policies and guidelines that you need for this. I'm very excited to see this program and its outcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. I'll meet you again with all the finalized programs.
Thanks
Thank
again.
you.
Thanks again, Pradeepa.
That's the end of the meeting, first meeting with the stakeholder. Thank you.